Everyone, a very good afternoon and welcome to another session of the Retail Digitalization series brought to you by VLAN Asia. This webinar will be about the future of POS beyond lockdowns, and we have Boon Sheng here, the founder of Xilnex. Before we start our session, I would just like to remind everyone to open your Q&A section on the right-hand side of your screen. If it is not open, then just click onto the little icon with a question mark on it and open it up. So you can drop down your questions throughout the webinar and we will take them. Also, do follow us on our social media on LinkedIn and Facebook by looking us up on vlan.asia. If you have any questions on the topic or our products, you can just drop us an email or WhatsApp us via the number which is shown here, displayed on the screen. 012-266-0189. And today's session, we have Lance, who is our Managing Director of VLAN Asia, to help us conduct this session alongside Boon Sheng from Xilnex. All right, over to you, Lance. You may take over the session now.
Thank you, Florence. Thanks for tuning in for another one of our Retail Digitalization series. This is part 3 of our series. It's going to be our 5 of them. If you missed our past 2, you can check us out in our blog, www.vlan.asia/blog. If it's not there yet, wait a couple of days. We still need time to actually cut and paste and edit it a little bit. So in case you haven't, as Florence said, please like us on Facebook and LinkedIn. That's where we keep you guys updated on our upcoming events and also a lot more learning stuff. And also a lot of new stuff that's happening in tech. Right? If you have any questions, like Florence said as well, do drop them in the Q&A section on the right-hand side of your screen. We're happy to take them after our little chat. Today's session is also brought to you in collaboration with the Internet Alliance. IA is a NGO of system integrators, ISPs, data centers, hosters, e-commerce players in Malaysia. What they're trying to do is they're trying to help businesses nationwide to digitalize and also to learn and leverage on each other to grow our national tech ecosystem. I've been part of IA for a good 3 years now, and there's been a lot of learning from each other, so we don't make the same mistakes twice, especially now where mistakes can be very costly. These days, more than ever, we should be looking to not just digitalize our business, we are also looking to help automate as much as possible. As always, digitalization isn't just about turning an order form on a piece of paper to an online form. It's more like changing an entire business process with technology. So be it changing your physical point of sale, a physical till to a cloud-based post, or to reduce reliance on your hardware, or embracing a CRM to centrally manage all of your social media engagements, to change the mode of communications with your customers. Everybody uses WhatsApp, but if you have to answer every single WhatsApp using a phone, it's going to be very painful if you've got more than 100 customers, right? So be it changing the way you communicate with your customers using centrally controlled platforms, where you can manage all of your customer engagements like WhatsApp, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, email, phone call, or God forbid, SMS. There are systems out there for you, and there are systems that will help you, that will make your life a lot easier. So continuing our conversation today, we have Boon Sheng. He's the founder of a premier cloud point of sale solution. It's called Bytes. They're responsible for a lot of retailers these days to be able to operate, especially during lockdown. And they've got some cool and funky solutions to keep the lights on. So welcome to the show. So Boon Sheng, tell us about what and how you came about starting it.
We started this business many years back, at least about 12 years for now. This is our 12 years. And we were actually the first one that actually started a subscription model in retail solutions. And of course, at that point of time, there's no cloud concept yet. There's no subscription model. People don't pay monthly. But we do see that the enterprise market has as a niche that we need to move in, and due to the cost of a high cost of buying the enterprise level retail management solutions, we see that you now can actually subscribe. So we changed that model, then we jumped into the business by being the first one that actually started a subscription-based retail management solution in Malaysia. So that was 12 years back. Yeah, that's how it started.
Okay. Is your video on?
Oh yeah. Hey, hi.
So everybody, please.
Yeah.
So what's your vision about what WebBytes is all about? How you guys cari makan?
I think for us, it's very clearly we are actually trying to do four things, all right, for our customers. So the first thing is that we wanted to help our clients to understand their customers, all right, retail clients, and how we actually be able to analyze our purchase histories, how we can actually make better recommendations, how we can actually understand what is their purchase pattern and stuff like that. So that is the number one pillar. The second pillar that we are looking at is basically how we actually empower our customers' workforce. How can we actually make them be able to perform what they need in a much faster way? They have a shorter turnover time, and then of course lower manpower in terms of the labor cost. So that is our second pillar. We call it empower your workforce. The third one will be intelligent supply chain. So that is how we wanted to automate a lot of automation of replenishment, how they can actually allow them to replenish stock from their warehouse, and how they can order things from their supplier and things like that. So that is basically how we can make them a very efficient supply chain. Last but not least, we help them to reimagine retail, how we actually handle their customer engagement. That is where a lot of our loyalty app comes in. That is how our live order, which is our contactless ordering solution, comes in, how we can help our customer to engage their clients better in a much efficient way. That is basically the four portal. There's four pillars that we are looking at.
Sorry, Lance, we can't hear you. Sorry.
Oh, sorry, my bad. Let's talk a bit more about that, Boon Sheng. We all know that everybody's talking about digitalization, right? And what's the biggest challenge do you see retailers having right now digitalizing? And how does your solution? How do you think your solutions can fill that gap?
To be frank, we have actually seen a lot of retailers, and everyone is talking about digitalizations with the hope of lowering down their costs and probably wanted to do more, get more sales and things like that. But the actual fact is that the biggest challenge that this retailer has, right, is that they always do it in a very they do it in a very silo manner, which means that they probably see, okay, my competitor is doing that, I need that, okay? I've seen some other guys around the road that are actually doing this, buy one, free one, and I want to do that as well. So there's a lot of copying environment that they just do what the other people is doing. And without a very holistic view, right, that they're actually looking from a bird's eye view and a very clear objective of what they want to achieve. So we actually found that a lot of these people, these retailers are having their digitalization roadmap being done in a manner that is basically just piece and parcel. It's like a piecemeal basis, all right? So what WebBytes come in place is that we're trying to be the one solution, you know, everything from your front end to your purchasing. We wanted to offer it as a solution that we are able to cater to actually minimize your operation costs directly, as well as to help you to re-engage your retail clients, as well as to analyze your customer purchase pattern all in one solution. And we always believe that with a single solution provider that can actually handle these levels of digitalization, you ease a lot of problems where when you actually talk to different people, then it's actually a very silo approach. Yep.
Okay, so there are so many other types of companies that does digitalization and also point of sale solutions, people like Kuskapi, StoreHub, EPOS. So how do you guys differentiate yourself from them?
I think the major one here is that the most important, we are very focused on the enterprise market. All right, so that is where that we actually position ourselves, being not a vendor but a tech partner. So a lot of our customers don't come over and just say that, okay, I want your solution. No, they come in and say, this is my problem. And this is also why we are working in a model that we are actually very, from a technical perspective, we call ourselves very API oriented, because we understand that to have a whole bunch of digital solutions to talk to each other, right, we need to have the ability to interconnect with other solutions. All right, so that is our key point. That is also a reason why a couple of years back we have actually reinvest all our resources, our engineering focus into creating our API, so that now we are able to talk to a lot more other solutions. So which means that when you talk to us, you know that you are not talking to a single solution that will be siloed there forever. You are actually talking to a bunch of solutions that are actually able to interconnect as well as give them a very holistic solution perspective in the near and long term to achieve their near and long term digitalization objective.
So who do you typically work with? What kind of people do you like to work with?
Of course, on our side, we always love to work with people's firstly, of course, is how we actually be managed to link with their solution first. People like Relance, of course, how we work with marketplace players. How we deal with warehouse management system. Very naturally, that our retailers, when they grow to a certain sizes, they will need to have a very strong warehouse solution at the back end. Of course, then you probably need to be able to talk to a lot of marketplaces solutions and things like that. So on our side, we are basically making it as a very manner that we are very open. As long as you find a values in this solution that are able to solve our customer headaches or problems, right? We are very keen to work on that kind of relationship with all these kind of partners, which in the end of the day, it gives values and it kind of win-win-win situation. Our customer wins the best of everything, and of course our partners as well us also win in this sense. Yeah.
So how is Webbytes coping right now that COVID is forcing so many retailers into hiding?
I think I have to put it into this perspective that the first thing that we did during the COVID is that we are thinking of how can we help our customers. That is the first objective and the first things that happens, especially not just then and also at this point of time. The first thing that we have done is, of course, to actually give discounts on top of our solutions to make sure that our customers, when during the lockdown, they can't operate their businesses, they actually get relief from us as a solution providers, that we tell them, we will actually help you to feel the pain because you can't do business, and we will actually give discount as well as FOC for the kind of subscription during a particular month during the lockdown. And for the amount sake, right, we actually give up to R1 million in terms of discount during this period of time, which actually quite hurt us a lot. But of course, having to be in this market, not just for the business itself, it's for the community, right? If our retailers doesn't survive, if they cannot get through this, in the end of the day, we are the one that will get impacted as well. So we really want to share the pain with our people, and we want to make sure that we are into this together with them. So that is always our fighting spirit that we wanted to instill with our client.
That's for retailers. Are you guys doing anything for F&B? Something funky that you guys are doing with F&B?
Yes. For F&B, it's even more interesting that we understand that people nowadays, they probably doesn't want to queue up a lot, or probably they want to dine at home. So we came out with our contactless ordering, which is already launched in the market, where you can actually scan a QR, order without having to queue up. Even if you're in the office, you can pre-order first before you pick up the drinks. And the interesting part is that this is also not just for our existing clients, which our existing customers has been utilizing this contactless ordering already, but we are also opening up to a lot of other F&B, which is not our customers. We are doing it FOC for now, which means that if you have a business, if you have a F&B business and you need to have a contactless ordering solution, do contact us. We will set up the whole menu for you. We handle your delivery, and we don't charge hefty fee. You use the solution to actually overthrow this period of time, to make sure that you can survive and you can have a different way to re-engage your customers in a more digital manner. We are supplying that technology FOC, and it's basically just a transaction, just pay for the e-wallet and credit card transactions. And of course, to better help them, we have also introduced our brand new show. We call it Tapao Live Malaysia. It's basically just imagine a wow shop, right? It's a F&B wow shop kind of things, where you actually have your brand as a merchant to have your food being featured live. We have people that come to your outlets to do videography, interview you. But the interesting part is that whichever is that's watching this live video, right, they can scan the QR on the Facebook Live and order the food and eat together with you while they engage with you, talking about the food, talking about the ideology. So it's basically, as compared to last time, you realize that there's a lot of food review, but there's nothing much you can do except just looking at the food, right? So ours are changing the food review scenes in a manner that you can order and eat with them. And our latest show will actually coming up this Saturday. It will be in KL. So in any place, you just need to make sure that you stay safe. Visit our Facebook called Tapao Live Malaysia and watch the show on Saturday and eat together with the owner as well as our KOL on site. They will tell you what is good, and we have discount from merchant as well. And for merchants, if you are keen to participate, feel free to just ping us. We'll talk to you to see how you can come on board. Yeah.
So all this, let's say, engagement of KOL, doing the videography, these are all the things that you guys provide for free for people in the F&B industry, is it?
Exactly. So just speak to us. We really want to contribute, see how we can actually make our customer business digitalization become a lot easier so that they don't have to worry. A lot of people, when you talk to them, oh, I want to do a live show for you, their biggest concern is, okay, I do not know how to do it. So our idea is simple. You just need to know how to cook, and we'll be there to do the rest for you and make sure that even after the show, right, the video will still be a viral piece going online, and you still can accept orders, and as well as walk-in clients running our contactless ordering solutions.
Interesting. So having said all of that, what's your outlook on the current retail industry? What do you think? Provider like you, what kind of insights do you have about the retail industry right now?
Retail industry will definitely be more consolidated. If you were to put into words, is that depending on which segment, if you're talking about, let's say, for example, basically, in other words, every segment in the retail industry will have its own different outlook. All right, so that is how it will be. So for example, yes, fashion industry is very bad now because nobody go out and buy shirt because I don't even need to attend dinners and stuff like that, right? But no worries, this will come back. They'll definitely come back because the experience of buying clothes, right, is still not something can be replaced digitally that easy. And a lot of retailers from the fashion industry foresees that, by mid of next year, this will be fully recovered. But of course, other industry, like for example, FMCG, pets, foods, and stuff, right? So these are more toward the FMCG space. They might actually face a more stagnant environment that the online will become more normal because people is forced to order these items online. And because I do not need to have the touch and feel, right? I do not need to touch and feel. People will actually get used to ordering online for this item. And that also means that for this player, if we are not doing the digitalization yet, please, you have to look into that already because moving on forward, that will be very important for all our customers. Yeah. So just depending on which vertical you are, in totality, there's no one blanket answer. So let's discuss that I mean, that is something that we will have to look into case by case basis. Yeah.
Sounds like analytics there's a lot of analytics coming from point of sale systems like this. Well, any glaring insights you can glean from let's say going back to FMCG, what do you think right now an FMCG, like say a pet food service provider, should be doing to improve their business? Just from your point of sale system point of view.
From our point of sale system, I always have a few rules that, I mean, there's a few things that they definitely have to start doing now. I mean, in fact, not just because of the pandemic and stuff, is how to actually harness and harvest their customer data. That is the number one rules that a lot of retailers that didn't actually do that in a very well manner. I mean, a lot of time, retailers will think about, I want to do a new promotions, I want to do a marketing campaign, I want to bring in new customers. But the number one rules that they always forgotten is to how to reharness their current customers. So the reward systems, is very important. How you retarget your customer is very important. How you can actually segmentize your customers to knowing which bunch of your customer is a champion customer, which bunch of customer you are basically losing it forever, which means that these people stop coming in for 6 months already and most likely they wouldn't come back. So you might definitely need to have a totally different marketing campaign to target different segments of customers. And a lot of time, this is where I believe all sort of retailers should start looking into how they actually harness and mine data from their customers' relationship data. Yep.
So how do they do that?
Of course, for ourselves in Xilnex, we are working very actively with our customers on how we actually use their purchase history to actually harness and segmentize their customers. That is the number one rules of marketing. Because if you try to market one thing to everyone with the same mechanic, you are actually marketing to no one, right? So on our side, our first thing that we are helping our customers to do is to segmentize their customers, to really identify which type of customer, which bunch of customer, what type of offers you can offer to them. And then from there, we actually do something called automated engagement program, which means that if a customer stop coming for 3 months and 6 months, you start throwing them different promotions, you start throwing them different activations processes to make sure that they come back. So there are a lot of things that we can actually implement throughout the whole customer lifetime journey, so that customer feels that this is how you can actually re-engage your customers in a much more efficient manner, as well as with that kind of targeting, you do not have to throw a broad discount, right? Which is, in the end of the day, is probably save a lot more money in that sense. I mean, in the end of the day, no point you throwing discount to your champion customers, right? Which they are already coming back. You probably have to upsell them something else and bring them different type of values.
Okay. I think we're running out of time. Any final words? Any final sharings you want to share with our listeners?
I'm good, and I believe that there's nothing short in digitalizations, and every business should engage more in terms of how they can go with digitalizations process. And please talk to us as well as our partners in VLANs. They are very good in getting really good solution in the market and joining them all together. And that is such a good values for businesses to actually look at the digitalization roadmap in a more holistic manner. That is something that we definitely wanted to push to everyone here. Yep.
That's good. Okay, let's go into Q&A. Florence, do we have anything from the floor at the moment? I got a few questions here.
We don't have any questions at the moment. Anyone here, just feel free to drop us some questions here, and Les, you may go first.
Yeah, okay. There's one question here, came through WhatsApp. So how do we start with Xilnex? What do we need? What's the prerequisites to start?
Okay, I think the most important is that on our side, we are always telling our customer that we do not just sell the solution. So the first thing to start with Xilnex is basically just drop on a message, all right, so that we can send our reps to see you and then tell you what we can solve for you. So that is very different than the typical software as a service where you go online, subscribe, and you start using it. So we don't do that because we believe that we can't maximize our value if we don't talk to you and understand what we can solve for you. So it's simple. Just pass us your contact numbers so that we can speak to you, understand your problem, and then we will work out a perfect proposal for you so that we can tell you exactly what you need to do and how you can do it better and what is the outcome that you can gain from doing this.
There's this question that it said, I've never heard of Xilnex before. Who have you worked with so far?
Oh, that is a very, very interesting question. So in Malaysia, we are one of the top point of sales player. So probably I can't mention customer's name because I know I don't have permissions. But yes, we are handling tier 1 retailers and FMBs. And of course, the customers that we can mention is like airports. So we power all the Malaysian airports in terms of duty free and FMBs. I know that you are probably not flying, but yes, whether you are flying in Penang, KL, KYA, KYA2, any way that you need to go out and in Malaysia, you definitely meet our POS because we power all the Malaysian airports. Yeah.
Okay, another question is this Tapao Live, how do we start? What do we need? What do I need to do?
You need to let us know where is your shop is due to the services of our delivery capability. We do need to see whether you are in our coverage. Once it's there, we will actually look into your menu, how we can set up your menu for you as well. Once we are done, we will get our guys to engage with you, how we want to angle your food, how we want to angle type of customers, and then how we want to position it. And then from there, we will actually do a live show to cover your restaurant basically.
Okay, you guys are based in Penang and also KL, I presume.
Yes, we do have an office in KL Gateway. And interestingly, our KL Gateway is where our sales and marketing people resides, and Penang is basically our HQ and all our software engineer. The nuts sit in Penang like me. So the rest are actually in KL. So if you talk business, then of course our employees are all in KL.
Okay, cool. Okay, there's no more questions from my side. Florence, any from your side?
No, there's no questions coming in so far.
Okay, cool. Final words, Boon Sheng?
Yep, like I said, the important part is about communication and coming out with a blueprint in terms of the digitalization. So speak with us and we'll work very closely. And just one important point, do not treat us as a vendor, treat us as a tech partner. So that is how we work with our customers.
Thank you very much for your time, Boon Sheng.
Thank you so much, Lance. Thank you, Milan. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Boon Sheng, for your time, and thanks, Lance, as well. So for everyone else here, this Thursday we'll be having another session of our retail digitalization series again on the topic of how should retailers adapt their marketing strategy during post-COVID times. So we will have Aaron Saw, also the head of channel sales of Hotspot Asia, to share with us on the session. If you're interested to join the session, you may type the link displayed on screen here on your browser and register to join us. We will also send you the recording and slides for today's session and also the invites for the upcoming series that we'll be organizing for the coming weeks. And finally, on the 27th of October, we will bring all these topics together. We will also have all the speakers from this series to join us together on that day to have a forum for all the retailers, including speakers from HR Labs, Xilnex again, and Energia Labs, Hotspot, and also from Bilan Asia itself. So for all those of you who are from the retail industry and interested to find out more on these systems and how to automate your processes, please feel free to join us for these topics. So if you have any queries, you can always drop us an email or WhatsApp us. And also please, please scan this QR code and give us a feedback on this webinar or topics that you would like us to present to you next. So we'll see you again on this coming Thursday. Thank you and stay safe, everyone.
Stay safe, everyone.